White House concedes U.S. won't hit Biden's 70% vaccination goal by July 4. The White House COVID response team announced Tuesday the U.S. will not hit President Joe Biden's goal of getting 70% of all adults ages 18 and older vaccinated with at least one shot by the symbolic July 4th holiday. Earlier this month, Biden had called for a national month of action, an all-America sprint, to reach the goal in a summer of freedom. "We can do this," Biden said. White House COVID-19 coordinator Jeff Zients instead highlighted other vaccination milestones that were not previously public targets. 70% of adults ages 30 and older already have had at least one shot, the White House announced, and by July 4, the U.S. will have vaccinated 70% of Americans 27 and older with one shot. "We want every American in every community to be protected and free from fear of the virus. That's why we'll keep working to vaccinate more Americans across the summer and into the fall. We are not stopping at 70% and we're not stopping on July 4, Zients said at Tuesday's White House COVID response briefing. Asked later by ABC News chief White House correspondent Cecilia Vega what went wrong and why the White House wasn't able to reach the goal that it set. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that the country has already met the goal of 70% of partially vaccinated adults among those 30 years and older. But that it's been harder to vaccinate communities of color, conservative communities and younger populations. "We don't see it exactly like something went wrong. How we see it is we set a bold, ambitious goal. Something the president has done from the very beginning. And we are expected to meet that goal." Just a couple of weeks after July 4, and in fact, at this point, as of today, we're going to be already at that point for people who are 30 years of age and older, she said. As recently as early June, Dr. Anthony Fauci, Biden's chief medical advisor, remained confident that the U.S. would hit Biden's target, which the president announced on May 4. "We want to, and we are going to hit 70% of the adult population by the 4th of July, Fauci said on the daytime talk show, Live with Kelly and Ryan, on June 7. As of Tuesday, 65.4% of adults ages 18 and older had at least one shot. At the current pace of vaccinations, it's unlikely that number will hit 70% by next Sunday. Instead, it will take a few extra weeks. Approximately 11.8 million more adults need to be vaccinated with their first dose in order to reach 70% of all adults. For the U.S. to reach that by July 4, 12 days away, about 990,000 adults would need to get vaccinated each day. However, as of Tuesday, only about 392,000 adults were getting their first dose each day, on average. At the current rate, the U.S. would fall about 7.1 million shots short of the 70% goal by July 4, hitting around 67.2% of adults partially vaccinated with at least one dose.